All right. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Let me go ahead and we got about 5 minutes before we get started. Make sure everybody's in. Get over here to our YouTube channel before we start recording here. All right, yeah. Sound check is looking good. We're up and running. And let's go ahead and get started with the broker's hour. All right. Let me go ahead and switch back over. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let me start my recording. Record. I'm gonna go to cloud this time. I can go to my computer. All right, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, and guess what time it is? It's time for the broker's hour. Y'all know we're here every Saturday from 10:15 a.m. till 11:15 a.m. with the broker's hour. Now, last week on the broker's hour, I think this is episode 3. Last week on the broker's hour, we talked about how to structure a better brokerage firm, how to create a better, more efficient, more effective brokerage firm by setting up the 3 tiers, what I like to call the trilogy. Okay, it's a tri-system where you have the brokerage firm, which is your brokerage firm, is the centerpiece, and the brokerage firm is basically there to handle all paperwork, processing, payroll, and things like that. It just handle all the mundane stuff. And then you have 2 other departments within your brokerage firm. Instead of just having broker agents who are doing all the work, going out, getting shippers, going out, getting carriers, and getting all this stuff, we showed you all how you can set up 2 departments within your brokerage firm, and they're going to earn more money, but they're going to do less work. Why? Because you have a sales department. Their only job, your executive sales department, their only job was to go out and contract shippers. That's the only job. Okay, they focus on that. So the more they did that, the better they got at it. And you was paying them 7.25% of your broker's fee. Okay, not 60%, not 40%, not 50%, but just 7.25% of your broker's fee. But it was set up on a residual on the accounts that they bring in. Now, if you all want to get more in depth on that, go back and watch last week's episode, and I'm pretty sure you'll be blown away by the kind of money that everyone can make doing that, because everyone makes more money, but everyone does less work. Then you have your second department, which is down here. They didn't take those loads, right? And then all their job was to go out and contract owner operators, lease operators to run those loads, post those loads all over, the load boards and everything, to get carriers to run those loads. That was their only job. And they were set up both on a commission structure, baseline on commission structure, and they also got residuals on the trucks that they signed up. Now, if this sounds very interesting to you, go back and watch last week's episode. But this week, I told y'all we were going to be discussing, since we talked about how to set up your brokerage firm and all that, and we got that out of the way, and you all can now see how you can make more money by using that tri-system. Now I want to show you all how to add, what's what I'm looking for? How to add credibility, how to add credibility to your firm. And one of the great things, and one of the best ways to do that, is your image. You have to put forth a good image, and in today's economy, that means a great website. Okay, you gotta have a good online presence. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about your onboarding site. every brokerage firm, especially new brokerage firm, you should have an onboarding site. Okay. Yeah, I know you can do it just by, telling the shipper, well, we're going to do the onboarding process. I'm going to send you some paperwork. I'm going to send you all my documents and all that type of stuff. That's great. But shippers are very busy. Carriers, they're very busy. They're very busy. So the ideal thing to do is to have an onboarding site where they can go to. You can just shoot them the link. They can go to it. They can look at everything. All your credentials, everything is right there. And all they got to do is click on it to get what they want, to upload what they want, fill out what they want, do it all right there. It's a great way to bring in that extra business too, that business you're not even really viving for. Your sales department is not out trying to get shippers. Shippers may just come across your website. You may post it on social media anywhere, and shipper may see it or a carrier may see it and it's, oh, I like this. Let me sign up with this company. That's just like free business, okay? But that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, in doing that, and talking about that, I am going to be showing you all what our onboarding site looked like when we were brokers, okay? And our onboarding site, we got a lot of carriers and a lot of shippers that signed on with us because they liked the onboarding process. So that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over the onboarding process and we'll show y'all our onboarding site. We're going to talk about the shipper carrier agreement, that shipper package. We're going to talk about the shipper broker agreement and the broker carrier package. We're going to show y'all how you can have all of that on your onboarding site, and all your insurance, your authorizations, your authority, your bond, your SAT code, all that stuff can be put on your onboarding site and then make you look a whole lot more professional, a whole lot more presentable, and it improves your image. All right, so that's what we're going to go into today. And let me start sharing my screen. As always, the Brokers Hour is sponsored by the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatchers Network. Now, before we get into going into the showing you all the onboarding site, I want to show you all some because our platform, we give away to our members all the tools, resources, training, support, access to more than 19 million plus shippers, access to access to 100 load boards. We give our members unrestricted access to more than 100 load boards, so they don't have to pay for load boards. 19 million shippers, so they don't have to pay for any type of shippers list. Access to our logistics library, access to owner-operator locator sites, so they don't have to pay to get that either. Live training that we have every week, they get access to that, and they get access to more than 140,000 hours of operational training videos. Pre-recorded live operational training videos, more than 140,000 hours of that. Now, no other platform out there can make that offer, and we do all that normally for $349.95 on your enrollment fee plus tax, and just $39.95 per month for your monthly subscription fee to access all your back office tools and resources. But guess what? It has gotten even better and more affordable, because now I'd like to introduce to you all real briefly here the RBBS Logistics Learning Center individual platform membership with no enrollment fee. That's right, you heard me. Now you can get access to all the things I just talked about. 19 million plus shippers, 140,000 hours of pre-recorded live operational training videos, more than 100 load boards, so you don't have to pay for load boards, access to an owner-operator's locator site where you can locate and connect with every owner-operator registered in the United States, our live training, our logistics library has every word, phrase, and term ever used in trucking, and all the other stuff that we offer with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and National Dispatch Network. And not to mention, you get to access our network of more than 2,940 some odd professionals, industry professionals. These are truck drivers, owner operators, lease operators, freight brokers, dispatch firms, third-party logistics firm, shippers, shipping managers, distribution center managers, logistics supervisors. They're all part of our network. So you all get to access them and be a part of that network. We all get to talk to each other, help each other to understand the industry, help each other to make money, to find and book freight. So that's what we're all about. And now you can get all of that for just $49.95 per month. No enrollment fee. No enrollment fee. Make your first month's payment, and every month you just make that $49.95 monthly payment by joining our individual platform membership. Okay, very easy to join. Very easy to join. You can go to mydispatcher.org. Just go over to mydispatcher.org. Our same site, and you'll scroll down on the very first page. When you get there on the very first page, you're going to scroll down. You're going to see a video in the middle of the page. Underneath that video, you'll click where it says to enroll, click here. And that's going to take you right over to the enrollment site. There it is right there. That's going to take you right over onto the enrollment site. And from there, all you're going to do is find right there what says best choice. I'll take you out to the home page so y'all can take a look at the enrollment site. Get over to the items here real quick. This is the enrollment site. And when you get here, all you're going to look for is that right there. Best choice, individual platform membership, just $49.95 per month. No enrollment fee. Yes, it is a slightly higher monthly fee than the regular enrollment platform enrollment, but because you don't have to pay the enrollment fee, it's just $49.95 per month. Okay, you can cancel it anytime. That's up to you. But most people, when they join our platform, they stick with us for at least a couple of years because we save them money. Because think about it. Most of the people who join our platform, they're not here for the training. They're here because we save them money. Load boards run you anywhere from $39 to $199 per month. And in most instances, you're going to need at least 3 or 4 of them, sometimes 5 of them, in order to keep your carriers running consistently. Well, that's a lot of money. Why not just pay $49.95 and you get access to more than 100 load boards? Shipper lists run you anywhere from $500 up to $2,500 per list, depending on how many shippers are on them. Well, why not have access to all 19 million plus shippers, where you have the direct phone numbers and email addresses to the people who are making the decision on whether to sign you on to the shipper list or not? You're not getting some secretary, somebody who doesn't even make the decision. You're going to get the exact person who makes that decision. Okay, that's because that's what our list has on it, and you get access to more than 19 million plus of them. So you don't have to pay for shippers lists. Okay, so that's why most people join our platform, because we save them money. It makes sense. It just makes sense. We save them hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars per month. All right, let's get into the Broker's Hour and what we talked about. Now, we talked about, I was telling you all about our, move this over here. I was telling you all about our onboarding site. Our onboarding site, you basically just go to shipwithRBBS.com. You just go to shipwithRBBS.com. I think that's right. Let me make sure. Let me pull it up again. Oh, I put in the wrong wording there. It should be shipwithRBBS.com. That's it right there, shipwithRBBS.com. If you click on that, and it'll take you right over to our onboarding site. There it is right there, our onboarding site. Well, it used to be our onboarding site when we were brokers, but it's still up. So we use this to show you all how your onboarding site should look, or give you some type of guidance of what your onboarding site should look like. Because here's what you want to do, especially as a new broker. Because you're coming in as a new broker, and we talked about how to set yourself up so that you have credibility right away. We talked about that in episode 1. Episode 2, we talked about how to structure your brokerage firm so it can be the most effective, make the most money, people doing the less work, creating residual income and all that type of stuff. We talked about that. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about your image and the onboarding process, because this is a vital part of your brokerage firm. This is what, because when you contact shippers, let's say you make them a great pitch, they love it and everything. Well, they're going to want to see some credentials. Okay, they're gonna want to see some verification of stuff. They're gonna want to see your authority, your letter of authority. They're gonna want to see your insurance. They're gonna want to see your bond certificate, your bond paperwork. They're gonna want to see your SAT code. They're gonna want to see all of this stuff. So what we did was we created a onboarding website right here so they can go and they can access all of that. Okay, makes it very simple and makes you look very, very, very professional. You can just be a one-man operation or one-woman operation, but with this, you look so much more established. Okay, and that's the name of the game when you're trying to contact shippers and get them signed on with you. Okay, all right. So as you see here, but when you first come to our site, you know we've got our name up there, the RBBS Transport Llc, and it says they're new shippers onboarding site. Okay, make sure you put your name up there where people can see it, big and bold and all that type of stuff, so people can know who you are, know what your company is. Okay, now some of the things that you're gonna notice here up here in this area, you notice where it says why RBBS Transport LLC. You kind of want to tell people why they should choose you. Why are you a good choice for a shipper to sign on with you, to give you ownership of their freight? Why are you one of the best choices to move their freight quickly and to get them good money for it? Why are you best for that? And that's where you're gonna put this. You're gonna put this in right here. Okay. Now we're gonna click on that. It's gonna take you over to and just kind of show you how we did ours. We've got our little promotional thing here. The image, RBBS Transport. That's when we went into business 2017. Okay, and it tells you, a little bit about who we are. So you should have something there that talks about your company. Okay, why RBBS and who we are. RBBS Transport LLC was founded and registered as a Florida limited liability company on 4/21/2016. Okay, that's when we actually went into business. Because remember, I told you all that your business, your brokerage firm should have seasoning. Because shippers are not going to want to work with you if you don't show at least that you have at least 8 months to a year's worth of seasoning. And I told y'all back in episode 1 that while I was driving trucks as an owner operator, I also had my brokerage bond. I had my bond and my authority for my brokerage firm too at the same time. Okay, so that tells you when we were established, because I was still an owner operator in 2016. But not only did I have my carrier authority, but I also had my broker's authority, because I understood and I had already done the research and found out that I needed to have seasoning on that bond before I can actually start booking freight as a broker. So if you are a dispatch firm now thinking about becoming a broker, or if you are an owner operator thinking about becoming a broker, go ahead and get your bond. Go ahead and get your bond now and still operate as an owner operator, or still operate as a dispatch firm, because that is not only going to help you to get seasoned, but you're still earning money as an owner operator or as a dispatch firm. But you have your broker's authority also too. So your broker's authority is getting the seasoning that it needs to pass muster with shippers. And not only that, you are building your clientele. And those clientele for your trucking company or your dispatch firm can be used as references for your brokerage firm when you're ready to start booking freight. Because another thing that shippers are going to ask for, they're going to ask for references. They're going to ask for 5 to 7 references, right, that will attest in writing that you have done business with them for 6 months to a year, with at least 6 months of business consecutively without a break. That means 6 months in a row consecutively without a break, to the tune of however many $100,000 that they require. Now, if you're brand new on a brokerage firm and you got your bond brand new and you step out there, you don't have no business like that. You don't have any references like that. No one can attest to that in writing. But if you had your bond and your authority, your broker's authority at the same time when you were still driving trucks or an owner operator, you can go back and pull upon those businesses that you did business with as an owner operator and use that as those as your references. Okay, that's what you want to do. All right, because if you notice, RBBS Transport LLC is the same name that I use for my trucking company, RBBS Transport LLC, even though our brokerage firm was RBBS Transport LLC too. Okay, but we had different EIN numbers. Same name, different EIN numbers. Same names, different authorities. Same name. And why would I do that? I would do that because I wanted to be able to establish both businesses linearly at the same time. Establishing my seasoning, establishing my references, all at the same time. So therefore, when I decided to switch over to becoming a broker, I could call upon those shippers that I was going to pick up loads from as RBBS Transport LLC, the owner operator. They say, oh yeah, they've been doing business with us for at least 2 years. You know, they running enough freight equals up to $300,000, a month. That's a great reference. Do y'all see what we were doing there? Let's check in real quick with our YouTube channel. See what's going on over there. We don't have anybody logged on to our YouTube channel yet this morning. Okay. It's Saturday morning. I do notice it's Saturday morning. No one is checking in. I see we got 9 watchers, but they're not checking in. If y'all are watching, check in with us on YouTube. Type stuff in there and let us know that you all are there. If you have any, if you have posed any questions and things, you can pose them right there on YouTube, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right. Let's go back to our onboarding site. Also, let me check real quick. All right, there we go. Go back to our onboarding site. All right. So that's why you want to set yourself up or position yourself for success. Okay. But that's what I mean by having that dual authority. Go ahead and prepare yourself to be able to get that business from the shippers when you're ready to start brokering. Because I promise you, if you just jump right out there and start brokering, you don't have all this stuff in place. I mean, you're gonna spend a year just spinning your wheels, spending money, but not making any money. And nobody wants to do that. That's why more than 90% of all new brokers go out of business the first year. Okay, because they're not prepared. Okay, and you all need to be prepared. All right, so let's take a look at this. Why RBBS Transport LLC? Salesman winning business with 25 branch locations throughout the U.S. Now, remember I told y'all how to set your brokerage firm up by having salespeople and 2 separate divisions. Well, obviously, all those people that you're hiring as salespeople to contact the shippers, and the people you're hiring as the broker agents to contact the owner operators, they're not in your home location. They're not, because now they could be if you have enough money to go out and get a brick and mortar place and hire a whole bunch of people to come in to work at your place. That's not the way to do it nowadays. Okay, you want to keep your overhead down. You can run trust me, you can run a multi-million-dollar brokerage firm right from your living room, or right from a coffee shop, or right from the park. Anywhere you can get internet access, you got a laptop computer. Truly, you can. You can literally be running $1 million per year brokerage firm from a homeless shelter. I mean, you seriously could do it. You could do it. And I proved that. I proved that by setting up my business the way it was set up. I had, executive sales agents scattered all over the country. I had broker agents scattered all over the country. And in each location where they was at, I basically just established them as a branch by giving them a toll-free extension number on my Grasshopper account. I had several toll-free numbers with Grasshopper. I could put as many extensions as I want to on it by giving them a toll-free extension and establish them as their own separate branch. Now, why would I do that? Because it adds to your credibility. It adds to your image. When you're talking with shippers, they want to know that you are established. They want to know that you can cover all their lanes. And by doing that, I can show them that we could cover their lanes and we were very well established. It gave that look of establishment. Okay. With 25 branch locations throughout the US, currently operates as a facilitator of freight movement for our customers throughout North America. Our physical address was right there, okay? When we gave our permit, the MC number, our federal ID number, our SAT code, our bank references, our surety bond, right? There it is right there. And our insurance, what we carried in insurance. And yeah, we carried a lot of insurance. Okay, we carried 300,000 on contingent cargo and 1 million on liability. Now, you got to be, you can't just say this. You got to be able to prove this too. And I went down here and we talked about some of the things, some of the benefits of running with us, because we had we signed on and we had what's the oh, I can't think of the name of it right now, but we had it'll come to me in a second. I'm having a brain cramp, but we had all this tracking stuff where we could track the trucks, the Ascend TMS. Thank you. We had the Ascend TMS system, and with this, and we had the premium Ascend TMS, and with the Ascend TMS comes with it was all these different resources, tools, and tracking systems and things, GPS tracking, all that comes with the Ascend TMS. So you can let your shippers know that you have the capability, the same technology as the big brokerage firms. Okay, so y'all can go and take a look at this. This is how we laid ours out. Y'all can take a look at it. Y'all can copy it, if you want to, and just change, the names and put your bond and and all that stuff in there. But please don't use ours. But because that's illegal. But you can put your information and stuff. You can kind of use this to help create your own onboarding site. Now, one of the other things that you all would notice here, we had our contact information, shipper, the onboarding packet. But here's what I like. Here's what I like what we did. We had everything on our first page. When you first come to the home site, you can access everything from right here, just from clicking on the placeholders. Okay. If you wanted to see our onboarding packet, the entire packet, you just click right here and it will pull up the entire, it will take you over to this page where all of the packet stuff is. Okay. Now, also, let's say if you wanted to see just, if you want to know, go to the About Us page, you can go there. If you want to go to our Twitter page, you can go there. If you want to go to our videos on YouTube, you can go there. If you want to go to our Facebook page, you can go there. Okay. But you click here, it takes you over to be a part of the next big thing in shipping. Okay. Hop on now to get started. And right there, sign up now. All right. Anything that they wanted to have access to, they could access it off right here. If a shipper wanted to know, okay, well, what's your onboarding packet, because you got to have a packet, the entire packet. Okay. Or sometimes shippers don't want to see the entire packet. They just want to know little certain things like, okay, where's your letter of authority? Well, if you click on it, it pulls it right up. There's our letter of authority right there that they can expect. Okay, they can increase it in size, and there it is right there. Our letter of authority. That was it. Very simple, very easy to access. If they just wanted to see our certificate of insurance, they click on that, bam, it pulls up our certificate of liability insurance. Gives you the amounts, what's covered, whole 9 yards. Okay? Very simple, very easy. They could download it, keep it in their files if they want to. And a lot of times shippers don't even want to download it. They just want to see it. They just want to know that you have this stuff. And this is a lot better than trying to send them emails and hoping they get the email, hoping they're going to open the email, hoping they're going to read the email. And then you got to wait days for them or weeks sometimes for them to recontact you. Okay, well, I did take a look at, oh, I can't find it. Can you resend it again? Come on. Just go ahead and create yourself a nice onboarding site where they can access this stuff at will 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. Okay? If they wanted to see our Form BMC I'm 85. They click that, pulls it right up. There it is right there. All the credentials, everything you need as a broker should be in a place where it can be accessed immediately. And not only that, this looks so much more professional. It's so much more professional when you're able to provide this information at the click of a button. Our SAT code assignment. Click on it, they can pull it up. Okay, all your certificate of standard carrier codes, all that stuff. Everything you're gonna need is right here in one place. Okay, if they wanted to look at our our W-9, which you gotta have that too. They can click that, they can pull that up too. So you want your onboarding site to be very professional. You want it to be where they can pull everything up. And if they needed to have that whole packet, because some shippers do need that entire package. They need to have the whole packet in-house on file. They can click here and they can pull up the whole packet on PDF. And there it is right there. This is our entire packet right here on PDF, and it's put together very professionally and easy to follow. Why should you partner with RBBS Transport LLC? Again, you want to re-emphasize why, even in your packet, you want to re-emphasize why a shipper should do business with you. Okay, and I'm just gonna hit the high points here. We had carrier verification and fraud check. We had driver track and trace via cell phone GPS. We had automatic route review and load optimization. We had all that stuff. Why? Because we had a CNTMS. And a CNTMS provided us with all that in our CNTMS premium account. Okay, it's not that expensive. I think the premium account was like $49 per month, something like that. And then for every so many people you added onto it, it went up in price a little bit. But I think after all was said and done with all our branches and everything, we was paying like maybe $200 and some odd dollars per month for our CNTMS package, which was well worth it. Okay, which was well worth it. And then you're gonna go down here and you're gonna get into your setup packet. Okay, the RBBS Transport LLC new customer setup packet. Thank you for choosing RBBS Transport LLC. Was formed and registered as a Florida limited liability company on 4/21/2016 with 25 branch locations throughout the U.S. RBBS Transport LLC currently operates as a facilitator of freight movement for our customers throughout North America. Our mailing address, our physical address, our permit numbers and all that type of stuff, our insurance, everything, in keeping with our pledge to create the largest network of independent business owners in the freight brokerage industry. RBBS Transport LLC has awarded 25 agents with branch ownership. Remember, I just talked about that, how you turn your agents into branch ownership. I mean, it's a simple thing. It really is. It's a very simple thing. You give them, they're going to use the same toll-free number that you're using, but they're going to have their own extension. And because they are in a separate location, they can be established as a branch because they are an extension of your company. Okay, they can be established as a branch. Hey, Damien, how you doing? Glad you joined us this morning. But
sorry for the late.
Oh, no problem. We were just talking about the onboarding process and how to set up your onboarding and how you should have an onboarding site to make you look more professional as a broker. That's very important. For those of you who don't know, Damon Stevens has been one of our longtime network members and students. He runs a very successful dispatch firm now. Damon, are you doing brokering now, or are you just still doing just the dispatch?
Well, just the dispatching. But I'm working with a new broker, and he actually sent over his broker contract and dispatch contract to me, so I could go over and start also contacting
Okay,
shippers for him.
great, 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 great.
Actually, it's a broker from the network as well.
Okay, cool. All right, so he's somebody who's within our network. But we do have a lot of brokers within our network, and as you all can see, our brokers and dispatchers, they network together. That's what it's all about. That's why we form a network, so you all can help each other, and you can pull business, off of each other and stuff like that. But that's the value of joining a network. Darren, we appreciate that. All right, so let's get back into showing you what we're talking about here. Okay, I'm afraid agency branch owners are trained, hold up here, are trained and committed to placing the needs and concerns of the customers they service above all else. You always want to have some type of statement of customer commitment, your commitment to the customer, your loyalty to the customer, your show your singular focus on providing great service and creating profits for your customer. Okay. When you're doing I like to call this my opening statement. Okay, it's kind of like going to court. You have an opening statement. Your opening statement wants to reassure the shipper that you have their best interest, not just in mind, but you've established certain things within your firm to make sure that you are in keeping with their best interests. Okay, so you always want to have this type of statement in the beginning of your package. Okay, and then down here it says, our focus is to provide quality service with the highest levels of customer satisfaction. We look forward to building a business relationship and providing seamless door-to-door transportation solutions for your business. Then you're gonna put all your contact information and things like that, and a link right to your website, all that type of stuff. Then you're gonna come down here and you're gonna get into, putting your name, your address, and then you're gonna let them know that you have more options to signing up with your company. Okay, you can, some shippers, they're very busy, they don't have time to fill out all that paperwork, so we offer them a couple of options to make that easier and make that process a little bit smoother for them. Signing up to do business with RBBS Transport is both simple and fast. Simply call 866-973-6445, 866-700 or 702 to complete your new customer onboarding registration by phone. Utilizing this option, RBBS Transport Llc can have you set up and ready to book your first loads within minutes. Okay, none of this I got to send you paperwork, back and forth through email and fax, and I got to wait for you to send it back, and which could take days and sometimes weeks. Right there, if you're waiting on all that stuff, it could take a long time. But yeah, I mean, it could take a long time. But if you have a system set up in place where they can just call, right, and it all can be done for them, right, then all you got to do is shoot them an email or a DocuSign, or if you have Rocket Lawyer, you can have Rocket Lawyer, your attorney, send it to them. All they got to do is pull it up and click on it and click, and submit it back, and it comes back to you. Bam, it's all done within minutes. None of this days and weeks, waiting for stuff to go back and forth. You want to have these options. And this also does what? Makes you look more professional. It makes you look more established. And y'all are going to hear that word a lot, established, because that's what shippers are looking for. Shippers want to know that you are established. That's why they want you to have seasoning on your bond. That's why they want you to have those 7 references. That's why they want you to have a Dun & Bradstreet paydex score of 90 or above, or at least 87 and above. That's why they want you to have all this stuff. That's why they want you to have, your financials in order. I want you to have money in the bank, because all this stuff goes towards showing that you are what? Established. Shippers don't like to work with unestablished companies. New brokers, they're not established. That's why I told you all that it's not a great idea to just jump right into brokering. Yeah, go ahead and get your bond, get your authority, and then run that alongside with your owner operator's authority, alongside with your what? Dispatch firm and that LLC. That's why our names here, RBBS Transport LLC, was the exact same name for our trucking company. Because all the business we did with as a trucking company, when we got ready to start booking freight as a brokerage firm, we could use all of that clientele that we built up, all of those references, all of that establishment. We could use all that with our brokerage firm. So when we went to shippers and they ran the background check on us, they started pulling stuff up. We had a Dun & Bradstreet payday score of about 96. We had 7 to 12 references that sent in writing. Yeah, I've been doing business with that company for at least 2 years now. We've been doing about $300,000 a month with them because we were running freight for them that was worth that much money for about 2 years. We had all that. You understand? That's credibility. That's called being established. You want to solidify yourself as being an established firm, because shippers don't want to work with companies that's not established. Okay, so I mean, I know a lot of y'all are probably saying, "Well, shoot, I thought I could just jump right in." Yeah, you can, but you're not going to make money your first year like that. Okay, your first year really should not be your first year. It's your first year of actually booking freight, but you've been established for at least a year before that. That's why we suggest you come in as a dispatch firm first, but also if you're going to become a broker, if you want to run as a brokerage firm, go ahead and get your broker's authority and run that right alongside. You're not really running as a brokerage firm. You just have it in name. You have the credentials, but you're not using those credentials physically booking freight. You're physically doing business as a dispatch firm, but your bond and your authority is getting that seasoning along with it, and you are establishing clientele for both businesses, really. That's what you're doing. Make sense, Darren?
Yep.
Okay. But that's what you're doing. And look, you all who are new to this or who have been doing this for about 6 to 8 months, y'all know what I'm saying, because y'all jumped in this thing and chances are you're not making any money. I get calls from you all the time. People who jumped into being a broker and they're not making any money. I got private consultations lined up for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, all with new brokers. And I can tell you what they want to talk about. Why am I not making any money? Look, and I'm going to be sharing with them, some insights on what they can do to change that. Okay. But a lot of them, they jumped into this without doing their due diligence. They didn't do the research. They listened to this person and that person, and people telling me, yeah, go ahead and get your bond, get your authority, jump right in, you make $1 million your first year. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. Okay. I'm just being real with you. That's not gonna happen. But you can make $100,000 your first year booking freight if you spent the 8 months before that establishing yourself. You can do that. And if you were smart, that 8 months you spent establishing yourself, you was also driving a truck, as an owner operator, still making money, or operating as a dispatch firm, still making money while you're establishing yourself as a brokerage firm. Okay, but that's how you want to do that. All right, but this right here basically just shows them that they have different options of signing on with your packet, and then it tells them, or proceed with the enclosed new customer onboarding packet, which contains all documentations needed, okay, to sign up as a customer with RBBS Transport LLC, including our broker application for credit, the credit agreement, authorization, agreement for direct payments, ACH, debit, and RBBS Transport LLC's new customer profile to collect important customer contact information. Also enclosed are RBBS Transport LLC's certifications, including our information surety bond and surety bond rider, certificate of liability insurance, certificate of property insurance, power of attorney, and U.S. Department of Transportation, that's DOT, license, and MC authority number. Please complete the enclosed new customer onboarding packet and return all necessary documents to, they can fax it here, or they can email it here, or they can mail it here, okay? Upon receipt of confirmation of all documentation has been completed satisfactorily, using this option, RBBS Transport Llc can set you up and ready to book your first load within 3 business days. Now, they can do it this way and do it within minutes, or do it this way and be within 3 business days, which is still incredibly fast when it comes to setting this type of stuff up. Okay, even if they did it the old-fashioned way, we were still incredibly efficient and very fast with getting that set up. All right, and then the rest of it is just thank you and all that type of stuff, mandatory. No, again, thank you, whatever. All right, then down here you got the meat of the package. Okay, the RBBS Transport Llc new customer the onboarding checklist. You got your checklist, broker, shipper, transportation agreement, RBBS Transport Llc, the application and credit agreement, customer profile and required contact information, Secretary of State filing documentation, all agreements and applications returned via email or fax. New customer profile, that's for them to fill out. They fill out all this information here. Step on down here, more new customer contact information, application and credit agreement. Yes, your shippers have to fill out an application for credit too, just like they want you to fill out an application for credit, because sometimes they will, because remember I told y'all in the first episode that shippers sometimes want you to prepay for freight. Now, if you have a good Dun & Bradstreet payday score, they let you have that on credit. You don't have to prepay for it. That's why they're checking that Dun & Bradstreet, that payday score. Okay, well, we're gonna do the same thing. We want to check their payday score too. Make sure they're paying on time. And we're checking them to see if they are what you are looking for as a broker when you're checking the shipper's credit report. You want to see if they pay promptly, or if they have a history of not paying, or if they have a history of taking almost a year to pay. Darren, we ran into some of that before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's a headache you don't want. I mean, you can attest to that right there. That's a headache that they just don't want. So
yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you're waiting on your money. I mean, you're sending them letters. Then you got to get your attorney to send them all kind of stuff. And then you got to file a claim against, with the bond service. It's just crazy. So to avoid all that, do your due diligence. Have this stuff together, where you can, check their credit and all that type of stuff, and see if they have an established history of paying on time, quick pay, factoring and all that type of stuff. And people, get yourself a good factoring firm. If you are a broker, it is essential for you to have yourself a good factoring company. Okay, trust me on that. It saves you a whole bunch of trouble. That little bit of percentage you're paying, that factoring company is well worth it. Right there, it's worth it, ain't it?
It is, and it's also a write-off. So
yeah, exactly, and it's also a write-off. But look, ain't nothing worse than you chasing somebody trying to get your money from them, and you done the work. So, just take our advice and get yourself a good factoring company. Okay, all right. This is just more gibberish and legal jargon. You all can use the same legal jargon. Just remember to change the name. Don't go to our website and copy this verbatim and put this in your contract and have RBBS all over your contracts. Don't do that. Okay, make sure if you're going to use this stuff, go through it thoroughly. Go through at least 4 or 5 times to make sure you have replaced everything that needs to be replaced with your information, your credentials and everything. Don't use our insurance. Don't try to defraud anybody by using our insurance numbers and our claims and all that other stuff, because you're going to get in trouble. Okay. All right. Then you have down here where they can accept the agreement and all that type of stuff. Then you go on down here. Then you get into the legal contract, broker shipper transportation agreement. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Go ahead and get you something like Rocket Lawyer, or get you something that will be able to put this in legal jargon. Okay, because it has to be in legal jargon. You cannot write this stuff yourself. I don't know. I take that back. Some of you all might be. I don't know if we have any lawyers out there or people who are very um, 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 keen or educated in legal jargon. Writing in legal jargon is like writing a different language. There, right? It's literally like a different language. You'll recognize the words, but you won't recognize. But you're not going to be able to speak them like that in your normal talk. Right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it pays. It pays to get some type of app or professional to really work this up for you. And I like Rocket Lawyer because all you got to do is tell them what it is you're trying to do. You go in there and you put in, you type in, I want to create a broker shipper transportation agreement. All right. Their system is going to already have all the jargon there for you. All you're going to have to do is fill in the blanks to put your information or how you want it done. And then their Rocket Lawyer will then compose it for you. Okay. Like you see right here, business shipper transportation agreement. This agreement and all these quotations, all that stuff got to be the way they got to be. Agreement made and intended to be effective this blank day of whatever by and between transport, RBBS Transport LLC, having offices 1400 Village Square, number 3, whatever, broker and person there having offices at shipper, who is the shipper, collectively the parties. No one speaks like that. Okay, this is not a normal way of speaking. This is called legal jargon. Okay, and it gets even worse when you get down into the meat of the agreement. I mean, so you want to make sure that you have this properly constructed, and so that it stands up legally. Because here's what you don't want: you don't want to just throw together some flim flam type of agreement, and then you have a dispute and you have to go to court. Well, what is the court going to look at, Darren? What's the first thing they're going to look at? I think Darren got busy doing something, but
I was waiting on some probably your contract.
Yeah, that the first thing the court is going to look at is the contract. They're going to look at the contract, and if this contract is written the way it should be, and it is above reproach, guess what? That's the end of the case. Whatever that contract states, that's it. Because as long as it's in the contract and you did not violate the contract, but someone else is violating the contract, and if you're the one writing the contract, if the contract is being constructed on your behalf, all contracts that are presented are in the favor of the person who presents them. Did y'all understand what I just said? Every contract written is always heavily in favor of the person who presented or who wrote the contract. Have you found that to be true, Darren?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, because the reason why they're sending you a contract because they want to protect themselves. They want to protect themselves. Okay, so this is why it is imperative that you construct the contract or have it constructed in a way that looks like it's doing them a favor, but it's really protecting you. Okay, it's really protecting you, and you got to have all this whereas shipper, now therefore, the term, and all this other stuff. The way this stuff is written, this is called legal jargon, and it's there to protect you. If requested by shipper, receipts of bills of lading, claims, and all this other stuff. All this stuff has been all other claims, surety, bond, broker, hazardous materials, default, in case indemnifications, agreement modifications, of agreement, severability, severability. independent contractor, non-waiver notices. Oh, and then finally you get to the signature. You get to the address portion of whatever identification. Force Marjorie. Yeah, don't even. This. I mean, no one speaks. No one knows what these things mean on a regular basis. But all this is part of contractual agreements, contractual law, choice of law and venue, arbitration, confidentiality, the entire agreement in witness whereof. Nobody speaks like that. Nobody speaks. At that time, Michael Jones was the president of my company, and I was the CEO. So there it is right there. All right. So that's your packet. Okay. That's what your packet should look like. This is what your contract should look like, and this type of stuff. You all are more than welcome to go here and look at this, copy it, change the pertinent information. Do not, let me repeat, do not print this word for word and use this word for word as your contract or as your onboarding packet. Make sure you change the information as far as the names, the pertinent parties involved, all the credentials, and things like that. Okay, don't commit fraud, because we're gonna prosecute. Okay, don't do that. I mean, you're more than welcome to use this as an example or as a format to create your own, and you can copy it, but change all the pertinent information and the credentials. All right. Now that's the agreement in PDF. If you want it in Word document where you can go in and make changes to it, just click over here where it says shipper sign up packet Word doc. You click that. Oh, did I do it right? I think I did. Yeah, there it is right there. There it is in Word. It's pulling up right now, and you can do the editing in the Word version. So we offer it in both Word and in PDF. So in the Word document, you can make changes to it. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to do all this right now. Y'all forgive me, but I don't want to do all that right now. I don't want to do all that right now. It's just all right. Come on, really? I hate it when it does all this, but it wants you to do all this stuff. I don't want to. Oh no, I don't want optional data. All right. Is that it? Thank you. That's it. All right. But you can here on the Word one, you can make changes to it. If you want to, you can click the edit and you can edit, some stuff out, like all this. Leave this, but change this over here. You can put all this stuff over here, but change the permit number, the federal ID number, the SAT code number, all that type of stuff. You got to change all that, because you got to put that for it to be your stuff, not our stuff. But that's the Word document file. All right, let's get out of this. All right. That's pretty much the packet. Okay, and then through here you got our the contact us page, where they can put in, they can contact you or whatever. Then we have videos where they can access our YouTube channels and that type of stuff like that. All that type of stuff, and our stuff down here. Catch the excitement. Different videos we have down here. I don't know why it's not pulling up. Okay, it's blocking some of the videos we got down there, but that's the onboarding packet. Okay, that's how you should be onboarded. That's how you should be set up to give your company more credibility and to make it look well established. Now, let me go over here to YouTube real quick, see if we got some people. Okay, still nothing yet on YouTube as far as questions or anything. All right, great. All right, everybody. As always, now remember, this is all brought to you all by the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatch Network, where we provide tools and resources, training, access to more than 100 load boards, access to more than 19 million plus shippers, and all that type of stuff to help you all to better run your business and to cut down on your overhead. And we have live training, okay, throughout the week. If you want to become a part of our platform, and like I said before, a lot of people join our platform not for the training. So we do have great training, great network and everything, but a lot of people join our platform because we save you money. Okay, I don't know too many places out there that are going to give you access to more than 100 load boards. I mean, Darren, does it not save you money right off the bat, having access to load boards without having to pay, more money for every single load board you get access to?
Yeah, it saved me a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean just for that alone, that's a savings right there. And then the shippers list. Every broker needs shippers. Okay, dispatchers need shippers. Carriers and owner operators need shippers. So if you're out paying for shippers list, come on, stop doing that. We give you access to. Darren, do we not give you access to more shippers than you would ever use in your lifetime? Right? And it's not just any old access. We give you the numbers to the person who is in charge, their personal phone number, their personal email address. Not like some of these shippers lists where you just get a number and you call up, you're talking to a secretary or somebody who don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And then, you got to try and get to the person who makes that decision. Right? So our platform saves you money. And now we have introduced our individual platform enrollment with no enrollment fee. It is a slightly higher monthly payment, about $10 more per month, but you don't have to pay that $349.95 on your enrollment fee. Okay. Now, if you are a veteran, no, you do not get with this one. You don't get the discount on this one. If you are a veteran, you can sign up for this one. You still don't have to pay the enrollment fee, but your monthly fee is still going to be $49.95. I had that question asked. Somebody called up and said, "Well, your veteran package offers a discount on the enrollment, $249.95. Yes, it does. And it offers a discount on the monthly subscription, $29.95. Yes, it does. Can I still get that on the no enrollment fee membership? No, you can't. I mean, come on. You're already getting it with no enrollment fee. All right. The no enrollment fee membership it is just what it is. It's the same access, 100 load boards, 19 million plus shippers, 140,000 hours of training videos, access to the live training, access to our network, all that type of stuff. But it's $49.95 per month. Is that not a good deal there? I think it's a great deal. All right? $49.95 per month. If you are a franchise owner, if you have an RBBS Logistics Learning Center franchise, yes, if you do so one on that right there, you still get 50% of that $49.95 per month. Okay? So it should be easy to sign up people with no enrollment fee. It's called our best choice. All right. Thank you all again. I really appreciate y'all, as always, for joining us for our Saturday Brokers Hour training. Every Saturday, and we hit this right on the head. It's 11:15. Look at that. Well, did I not time that perfectly? I like it when I have everything timed out just perfect. Okay, but we're here every Saturday from 10:15 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. for the Brokers Hour. Okay. And this is our dedicated broker training for those people who want to become a broker. Now, look, we're not going to always tell you what you want to hear, but we're going to tell you the truth. That's the thing you're going to get from us that you probably won't get from a lot of these other, training platforms and things like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they're bad training platforms. I'm just saying that a lot of them won't share with you the adulterated truth. And that's what we're going to share with you here. I know a lot of y'all come to our platform thinking that I'm going to tell you, oh yeah, man, join our platform, become a broker. You're going to make a lot of money your first year. And then you hear, well, your first year, you're not going to make that much money as a broker if you haven't done the prep work at least 8 months to a year before that. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. Okay, it's the truth. You know, your first year, you really should be booking freight as a dispatcher or continue operating as an owner operator, and then get your authority, your broker authority already, and let it get seasoned. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. Okay, and that's what we do here. We give you the real facts, and we show you the best way to apply that and make the most out of your brokerage firm. Okay, so we're going to give you some great insight. We're going to give you some great tips. We're going to share with you a lot of good stuff, but most of all, we're going to tell you the truth. Okay, I mean, that's just how it is. So I appreciate y'all for joining us, and I want y'all to join us on Monday through Friday. This past week, I missed a couple of the load board reports because I had a terrible migraine this week, and it usually takes me 2 or 3 days to get over a migraine. So I missed 2 days of the load board report last week, but next week, God willing, I think I'm pretty good. I'm getting better at it, in controlling my migraine. So next week we should have a whole week of the load board report, and that's every morning from 6 a.m. to about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we take a look at what's going on in your neck of the wood when it comes to load availability and freight. But this has been Calvin Butler with the Brokers Hour. I thank y'all again for joining us. This video is being recorded live on YouTube. It will be up for today, but by Monday morning, it will not be available on YouTube. You can only watch it by becoming a member of our membership. And so that's how all our videos are going. The only videos you all are going to be able to see on YouTube are going to be the load board report, but you're only going to be able to see the new ones on there for at least 1 week. And after that, you have a new set, and you won't be able to access the old load board reports unless you become a member, a subscription paying member of our platform. Thank you all again. I appreciate all of you all. You all have a great and blessed weekend, and book some freight. Bye, everybody.